the Aboriginal representative at the Canadian Federation of Students, and Roxanne Dubois, chairperson of the Canadian Federation of Students. Please welcome them.
As I stand here today, I stand in solidarity with each and every one of you, the people of Quebec, and those across Canada who realize it is time to act now, or our fundamental rights will be forever be gone. But I first and foremost am standing here today to show my support for each and every Aboriginal student who is struggling to get the funding that is quote-unquote guaranteed. Quebec students have realized that post-secondary education is not a want. It is not a privilege. It is a basic human right that every single person deserves the opportunity to attend. As tuition fees continue to skyrocket across the country, students in Quebec are fighting to protect the very foundation for which the province is built. First Nations and Inuit students receive funding for post-secondary through the Post-Secondary Student Support Program. Unfortunately, the program is far too underfunded due to a 2% cap placed on the annual growth of the program. As it stands now, over 10,000 First Nations and Inuit students are waiting to receive any kind of funding to help support them to their post-secondary education. Métis students do not receive any funding at all, even though they represent 33% of the total Aboriginal population in Canada. The misnomers that exist around our funding for Aboriginal students has allowed for us to be treated as second-class people. As so many Canadians say, haven't you got enough? Can you just stop demanding more? Don't our tax dollars have something better to go toward than giving you free education? Well, I can absolutely guarantee your tax dollars are not going towards my funding. Listening to the misnomers that surround the strike, they share so many similarities to the misnomers Aboriginal people have had to deal with every single day. However, those misnomers are the reason we all have a responsibility to stand up and educate not just Canadians, but the world, as to why students have taken to the streets to protect public education. What so many fail to realize is this is not just a fight about the government's 75% hike on tuition. It's about having affordable post-secondary education for everyone, not just for the students of today, but for all future generations of students. Aboriginal students in particular should not have to face the burden of tuition, as the federal government has the responsibility to adequately fund each and every single First Nation Inuit student in post-secondary. Quebec has become the tipping point for tuition. Do nothing and let post-secondary institutions continue to fund themselves off the back of students, or stand up for what they believe in. To see 250,000 people taken to the streets of Montreal is speaking loud and clear. The people of Quebec have spoken. They will not tolerate the government's unwillingness to protect what so many people have fought for. They will not tolerate the Quebec government's lack of respect for their citizens' fundamental rights of Bill 78. For everyone taking to the streets, let us continue to resist until they agree to our terms. Let's not back down until the government has guaranteed to protect post-secondary education on the long term. For all of my Aboriginal brothers and sisters who have been taken to the streets, who have been unlawfully arrested during the protests, do not fear, as you have support from across the country. We must continue the fight for our right to education. Think of your children in the future they could have without access to post-secondary education. We have been fighting since day one. Keep pressing forward, and we as Aboriginal people will continue to survive. We must stand in solidarity with Quebec's student strike. We must show we will not accept a violation of our human rights. This is our time to show that no matter what government comes into power, they must listen to us, not us listen to them. Whoever decided that youth don't care, take a look around at you and you will see 250,000 people in the streets. We certainly do care, and we will not give up the fight. Miigwech and stay strong.